We're dangerously close and just days away from a potential government shutdown. I know you've heard that before, but this time the politics are a lot different. To pass any kind of temporary extension of government funding, which is what we would need now to avert a shutdown, you need bipartisan support in the Senate. And in particular, you would need 7 Senate Democrats to vote with Republicans to pass that temporary funding extension, keep the government open. We haven't heard many Senate Democrats say they're willing to do something like that. In fact, most say they believe this is their opportunity to hold back their votes, risk a possible shutdown, and try to get concessions out of President Trump and out of Senate Republicans. And in particular, they want concessions on health care. They want an extension of Obamacare tax credits that are set to expire at the end of the year. And they also want a rollback of Medicaid cuts that you might remember were in this massive piece of legislation, this laundry list of President Trump's legislative goals that was passed some months back by Republicans who control both the House and the Senate. But Republicans say they're not going to do that deal. Republicans say Democrats should just vote for this because it's irresponsible to shut down the government.
We could have loaded this up with partisan provisions, but we're not doing that because we're governing in a responsible manner. I hope Chuck Schumer and the Democrats in the Senate will do the same.
That's a reversal. We've seen Democrats say that about Republicans in the past, and Republicans hold back their votes as government shutdowns loom.
A majority of Democrats and Republicans don't want a shutdown. But there's a group, a hard right group, particularly in the House, some in the Senate, who want to bully their way into forcing a shutdown. That cannot happen.
And there's one more wrinkle here. The White House is saying that if there is a shutdown, they would advise federal agencies to consider not just furloughing their employees or having some work without pay, but also look at firing employees, reducing their workforces even more beyond those DOGE cuts we saw in the past. There's a potential that that could frighten some Senate Democrats and get them to vote for a temporary government funding extension. But right now, as we've seen in the past, both sides are at loggerheads. They're blaming the other, and a shutdown is looming.